Recorrect 2001 here. I finally got my Game Boy Advance backlight fixed on my GB001, the one that takes 2 AA's. Now I had an older no soldering kit. Unfortunately, well, when I tried transferring cases from the Pokemon Center New York edition to this shell, the backlight kit pretty much gave up and said, I'm done. So I had to order another kit. Took me a while to get it. So I went on Retro Game Repair Shop. I'll have a link to their products in the description. They sent me a backlight kit in this Game Boy style case. It's really nice too. It came in a case like this. It came with the backlight and other things. I unfortunately already did the work on it before I put it together because I was in a hurry earlier this morning. And well, this is going to be a review. It's not really a how to wire it up. If you want to wire it up, go to their website and they'll show you instructions. They say it may or may not be necessary to solder the wire. It was necessary for me since I have the 40-pin model. If you have the 32-pin model, you may skip this step, but if you have a 40 model like I do, it was mandatory to do it. But I think in the end result, it works really well. What you do is you take out the old screen, put in the adhesive, lay the screen down, put the sticky thing on there, the motherboard, line up the ribbon cable, then you, well actually I'd recommend connecting the 40 or 32 pin ribbon cable to the board first. Then seat it properly. Then you apply the back motherboard on here. Then you bend it to where it connects to the 32 or 40 pin connector. Then, depending on if you need to or you don't need to solder it to the board, you take your wire and you solder it to the second pin, which is to the far left. Then, once you're done, you reassemble, pop in your AA's, and then you got yourself a working backlight Game Boy Advance. In fact, let me compare it side by side between an AGS00 or AGB001 to an AGS101. This is not the original backlight screen. I put it in another Game Boy Advance which I no longer own. So I'm going to fire up these two and show you the brightness comparisons between both. With my copy of Ruby and Sapphire, sadly they're both reproductions. They're not the original copies of the game because when I bought them on Facebook Marketplace, I thought they were the real deal, but it took me a moment to realize they're unfortunately reproductions. So depending on what time you set the clock, that's the time it's going to be forever, sadly. And if you try hunting bears and stuff, well, it's a long story. So let's fire up the two and show it in comparison. Alright. I don't know if you can see on the screen, but let me zoom in so you can see it better. To control the brightness on the you tap the screen here. Also on the official copy, it's not just Brendan on the screen. Sometimes May appears instead. On the Ruby you got Latios, and then Sapphire you got Latios. If I got it backward, I apologize. Please don't attack me. But as you can see, the no solder kit looks really nice. I don't have any of the other kits, so I can't really describe how it compares. So you'll have to buy it and try in your own risk. There you have it. What can I say about the no solder kit? The screen actually looks really nice. In fact, between the two, the reason why I got the kit for this is because, well, I wanted a Game Boy Advance original ergonomic design with the backlit screen. I mean, sure, the AGS101 has a nice screen, even though the screen in here is the replacement kind, not the official. I wish I kept the official one. Oh well. So other than that, what can I say about the... Yeah, I think I lost my train of thought. But anyway, these are both not the original cases. They're both replacement cases that I got for my two Game Boy Advances. The AGS 101 was originally a pearl blue, but it was in really rough shape. And this was the Pokemon Center New York edition, which had scratches and stuff. Maybe I might order another Pokemon Center New York edition housing if I find one for a reasonable price. But other than that, yeah. I much prefer the design of the AGS 001 because the buttons are placed like that. I mean, this feels a little cramped. Whoops. Yeah, I'm not even far in either of those, or in this game, because I've been playing more of this. I made it to Lava Ridge Town in this one. I haven't gotten far in this game, so. But other than that, another nice thing I'm going to do with this one. Now, the SP uses a rechargeable battery. This uses two AA's, but on the same website, Retro Gaming, I ordered a rechargeable battery. So what's going to happen is, when I get that battery, I will do the video live. I mean, I'll still have the option of using two AA's, but with the kit, I will have to cut this piece here. Hey, get over here. I will cut this piece here, and I might or might not have to remove this metal tab, or this battery terminal. And that way I'll have a rechargeable battery. It will take a Type-C connector, so I can use the same one off my smartphone, like my Galaxy S21. It uses a Type-C. So that'll be nice having. But other than that, I just wanted to show you that I got a new no solder mod Game Boy Advance in my case. The old one pretty much bit the dust, so I bought a new one from a different website. It's worth checking out Retro Game Repair Shop. They have some great stuff on their website. And they actually arrived pretty fast. I ordered the thing back in last Saturday, and it arrived Friday. I'm very impressed with it. So, I should mention this particular model, they're out of stock, but who knows, maybe they'll have more later down the road. But if you really want a backlight kit, you'll have to go for the solder mod, where you have to use the 4 wires and put them on the shoulder buttons and then the start button, or no, select button, and the one of the points somewhere on the board. So if you really want a backlit Game Boy Advance, well, you'll have to learn how to use a soldering gun, or pretty much buy one that's already been modded. But you should be careful. There's a video on don't buy a modded Game Boy Advance because you may get burned out. May being the keyword. So let me just say, about your own risk. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is RicoRock 2001. I'm going to play some one of my all-time favorite games on the Game Boy Advance. I'm going to pop in some Sonic Advance and relive my childhood back to the year 2002. This was one of my first 2 ever Game Boy Advance games. The other one was Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2, which is also a game I recommend. So thanks for watching.